Hello, it's me, that divination witch. I hope you're all doing well. I'm back with another witchy video, but welcome to my safe space where any question is welcome. No question's a silly question. Today, I am back with another in my series of talking about spirits and deities that I have encountered. Hoping that this series is helping you guys. If anyone stumbles across this video interested in said spirit or deity or entity, well, maybe my point of view may help. This was requested, and today I'm going to be talking about the amazing Baba Yaga. Now, before we begin, just to say, my name's Sarah, if you're new here. Of course, I go by that divination witch online. I did just want to say that this is a safe space, so any question you've got, leave it in the comments. I try and answer. I try and just be down to earth with everything, so please hit subscribe if you like that. I've also got a link tree below if you're interested in getting a reading. I've got an Etsy and a Patreon, so yeah, check it out if you're interested. Thank you. Okay, Baba Yaga, she is a famous mythological spirit, lady, woman, and she's found in Slavic mythologies mainly. Slavic being the Eastern European and Baltic kind of area of countries, Ukraine, Latvia, Poland, loads of others I can't think off the top of my head. And she was found, I suppose, in fairy tales, in myths and legends. And her name, with all due respect to her, was kind of used as the boogeyman sort of thing. Used as a warning against naughty kids that Baba Yaga will get you, you know. She was like the wicked witch in the woods, the wicked witch that would get people sort of thing. But she wasn't always the wicked witch. In some stories, she's hailed a hero. She saves people, helps people. But she doesn't do that for recognition. And she doesn't really care, in my experience, what people think about her. She's an intense energy to be around. And I wouldn't say beginner friendly unless she really likes you. The way I see Baba Yaga, I'll just explain this first, is very much crone energy. She normally has a walking stick, and it's just a walking stick normal size, I suppose. She walks with a bit of a limp and a hunch. That doesn't mean she's feeble. Polar opposite to feeble. She is, an old lady wearing normal clothes, I suppose, a skirt, a headscarf sometimes that's wrapped around her, kind of traditional babushka sort of clothes. Don't want to kind of culturally appropriate at all, but just normal woman's clothes, I suppose. And in the legends about her, it is said that her house is on chicken legs and it moves around. I think the chicken legs thing comes from some Slavic houses. I read up on it about some of them being on stilts, something to do with death or something. I'm not 100% clued up on it. But I do know that she is linked with death as well as life and rebirth. And, well, because she is a formidable witch and sorceress woman. Now, in personal experience, she doesn't like being called a deity because she never was a deity, as in a goddess. She's not. She's a woman. She's her. She's independent, fiercely independent. She doesn't answer to anybody. And she doesn't really expect anyone to answer to her unless you're trying to learn from her. Because she does expect respect. If you're going to learn from her, you respect her and you listen to her. She doesn't tolerate laziness. She doesn't tolerate silliness. Even to me, I can be silly, naturally silly, and I don't mean to be sometimes. It's my personality, it's the way I am. I don't take it personal. But even last time we spoke, me and her, I feel like she's listening right now, to be honest. Last time we spoke, she said, "Oh, it's still the same old you." That kind of thing, as if to say, "Oh, you're still daft. You're still silly." Uh, it was a playful jab, I suppose. She just hasn't got time for it. I feel like, for all she helps some humans, she doesn't like humans. And I don't blame her. We're dicks. Let's be honest. Look at the state of the world. She is just out there doing her own thing and wants to be left alone for the most part, unless she's special. And there are certain people that are special that she's like, well, you've got potential. I'll help you. She'd rather be left alone, in my humble opinion. That's my experience, of course. There will be those that are called to her, especially if you are someone with Slavic heritage, if you live in a Slavic country, you may have more of a calling to her. I do have a little bit of ancestry from there, not a ton. At the time, I worked with her for a little while. I still have a little statue I dedicated to her, which is on my altars. She taught me some important lessons about boundaries and sticking up for myself. She's very much a very tough teacher. Like, I want to compare her, obviously not looks wise, but to someone like Mr. Miyagi of Karate Kid. And I feel like I'm being choked on purpose for saying that. I don't mean that you're Mr. Miyagi. What I mean is you're a wise teacher. And it's like the dude off Kill Bill as well, that, the wise old monk, the guy that is like, again, do it again, like little words, more action. I feel like she's saying to me right now, which is why I'm choking a little bit, she doesn't want people willy-nilly to try and work with her, although I'm speaking on her because it was requested. She doesn't like the fads around her name and around other deities and spirits and whatever. If you're going to seek her out, you must be serious, because she doesn't tolerate idiots, is what she's saying. And I know this is coming across harsh, and I don't mean to fearmonger, but this is how she is, and this is her words, that I am not going to work with some idiot who thinks they know everything, who thinks they can worship me as a goddess. Absolutely not. I have no time for time wasters. My time's precious. Prove to me that you're worth it. That's what she's saying. And that's very much her. And yes, when I worked with her for that short while, she taught me lessons on boundaries. Prove your worth, prove you're capable, good enough. And there was potential there with me, and that's what she's confirming now. There was potential with you, but you threw it away. That's how kind of harsh she can be. And I'm not taking offence by that, because it is what it is. I did have potential to work with her, but I chose another path, and that's fair enough. No hard feelings per se, but you've got to be dedicated to her and to her lessons and listening to her. Very full-on lady if you want to follow her. She is a shapeshifter as well. And I don't know if that's mentioned a lot in information about her, but she's prompted me to say it. Because I remember one of the times I met her in the astral, she shapeshifted into a dragon. She may get offended if I say it reminded me of Madam Mim of Sword in the Stone, but I don't think she gives a shit that I said that. So I'll try and remember to put a picture up of her. Literally reminded me of that. But she can shapeshift like in the Sword in the Stone. I suppose Madam Mim is a Baba Yaga archetype. But yes, she can shapeshift into anything and anyone if she so wishes. But she chooses, as a spirit, to be the haggard old woman. And she described herself like that because she's left alone. For the most part, people are afraid. People think she's crazy or the nutty woman, So they just leave me alone, and that's what I want. She is a nature spirit, she's saying. She's heavily connected with nature, with all living things, not just humans, but humans are entitled, she's saying, that we think we've got the right to everything and to know everyone, and we just don't. I feel like she would be linked, well, she is linked with, I want to say fae folk, but they're not called that in those countries. I'm seeing like little troll looking things, and I'm seeing like spirits that look like mushrooms, and woodland spirits and wolves and animals and trees, and she's connected with all this, and we as a culture have destroyed a lot of it. So no wonder she's angry, no wonder she gets annoyed at humans and our feeble minds. To her, she's very much someone who is protecting the land and the spirits that live within it and the magical beings. And if that makes her a wicked witch, so be it. So that's my experience with Baba Yaga. I worked with her for a little while and then we stopped because I chose another path, essentially, in a nutshell. At the time, I've explained on my channel before, but I was exploring loads of different paths, got overwhelmed. I couldn't dedicate all my time to her, so we said bye. It was no hard feelings. She also helped me once with a spell. She got very inventive, I should say, and she showed me that everything has a purpose. Even something daft like this, or I don't know, a glasses case. You could use anything. Very chaos magic. That's what it makes me think of. So if you want to work with Baba Yaga, you can, but you must be respectful, dedicated to her, learning about her, learning from her and her lessons. Don't waste her time. Don't waste your time. Don't ignore her. Be polite. Don't be an idiot, sort of thing. And then she may warm up to you. I don't like fear mongering. But no, she's not for beginners. And a lot of other spirits and deities are more understanding, I suppose. Not that she's not understanding, but you've got to. It's different if somebody can't do something for, say, a disability, or something happens to them, to laziness. She just doesn't tolerate laziness or foolishness. That's it. She doesn't really expect a lot. What she expects, when I say that, a lot, it's not material things like offerings. What she does expect is time, dedication, spending time with her, meditating with her, talking with her, doing witchcraft with her, things like that. That's what she expects. And yeah, that's about it, really. So that's my experience with her. I hope it helps someone out there. Like I say, this was requested. So yeah, I hope it helped, and good luck. If you're interested in her, good luck. So if there's anyone else you want me to talk about, please let me know. I am happy to help. If I've met them, I'll talk about them. I've done this for a long while now, so I have worked with several spirits on and off before, and sometimes I've done a spell with just one person just because they've popped up to help me. It happens sometimes. So I may have more experience with them, or I may have just spoke with them for someone else. I am the divination witch after all. I do a lot of readings. So yeah, until next time, stay safe, stay witchy. Bye.